Hello, everybody. I am Chris Nalwowski, and this is my first ever screencast. So hopefully, you enjoy it. All right. Today we'll be looking at two e-portfolios, comparing one to each other, and saying some things that have done well or better than the other, or not better. In this case, the one that I found on after doing a Google search is Dr. Celia Carson's teaching e-portfolio. And we are going to compare that to Mike A.U. Terry. Okay, back to Carson's e-portfolio. Things have that been put together and done well are links are easy to find under websites of some of her teaching material. So as we go under websites, we find websites that she lists about some teaching projects that she's done, and some lessons and resources about some teaching projects. Here we have some tutorials and teaching resources and stuff. Next we have under teaching, the teaching tab. It's like a mini resume. It tells us where she's taught in the past, which is good. In addition, it has an addenda page, which things that are added later. It adds some other resources, and it has some tips. It has some Blackboard and ePortfolio resources. And as we go under projects, it lists some projects she's done in the past, and under the additional section, it also lists some awards and some recognition and some newspapers, and it also lists presentations at conferences where she's spoken. The one thing I which thought was great, obviously, when you go to the main page, it lists that it's a teaching portfolio, so you don't have to read any before you realize that the main focus is the teaching portfolio. In addition, actually, I think that's about it for the things that are done well. Comparing it to Mike's page, when you really think that the sense, like, it looks unprofessional, like it looks boring. There's no picture. There's a picture on the TV or a computer, but like I don't know what that is. Like, I would prefer a picture of her. Like, if you go on Mike's page, it has like a little drawing of himself, which I think is really cool. And his e-portfolio seems fun. It meant like fun in a funny way. Like, it mentions, for example, in his main page bio, Steph and I usually hang around the house watching The Middle while eating pizza, and pizza. They love pizza. It's fun. One thing also that it's a poor layout. Like Carson's teaching portfolio layout, it's kind of boring. It's just bland. It's like, I don't know, boring. It looks unprofessional. Mike's, if you go to portfolio, it lists all the like, it says, I can build websites for you and web applications for you. That's like his main thing that he does. So it lists a bunch of websites that he made, and they look fantastic to me right off the bat without even clicking on them. In addition, if you go to resume, it lists a resume, but different than Carson's teaching resume. It looks boring. Like, nothing like stands out. Everything's the same font and everything. The resume, it's organized. Like, one thing I would definitely like from Mike's compared to Dr. Carson's is that it's organized and it looks more professional. Like, it has subcategories and headings. And one thing I like, that mentioned that it's fun. On the awards and honors, it says he earned the rank of Eagle Scout in 1997. That's for fun. It's like, haha, he was a Boy Scout. One thing I like also that I didn't like about Carson's is for Mike's page, it has a contact page where you could send Mike an email. It's easier than listing an email yourself under the main page, drcarsons@astralsite.com. Back to the home page for Mike. It also lists other links such as Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, and it says thanks for reading. I find that very lovely when people thank you for reading and looking at their stuff. The main thing about Carson's website is basically that it looks unprofessional. Like, it looks like it was done in 5 minutes. The poor layout, everything looks boring. There's no picture that I think of herself. But going with the bio, it doesn't really dig deep. And there's also, in the first paragraph where it says my last decade at Seneca, the MY are both capital. Obviously, it's incorrect grammar. Only the M is supposed to be capital. So it shows that possibly that she didn't proofread. And also it doesn't, compared to Mike's, doesn't list any other links to social media or other ways to contact her except her email. So there you have it. Here's a good example, again, of Mike Atari. And I like how, also in his picture, Atari, it shows how to pronounce his last name, like Atari, like the gaming, company and stuff. That's about it. There is about maybe five or more each of things that Dr. Carson's teaching portfolio was done well or better, and also 5 or more, things that were not done better and could use improvement. All right, thanks for watching.